Everyone. Today I've got two items to open. This one is the one that I made a mistake on eBay, and I hope no one else falls for this as well. Basically, the seller put a photo of 3 tins, but you only get one of them. But they price it as if you get all three. So I think they priced it at £45 or £50. I can't remember which figure now. So I made an offer. They accepted, and when it accepted, this was really early on Sunday morning. So I think I woke up at like 6:30 or 7 on Sunday. Made the offer. It got accepted at about 9 o'clock, I think. Um, and then I didn't see that message until about 9:30 or thereabouts, when it says posted. But it really means postage generated. So then I look at the what it is that's been accepted. Looked in the description, and it was only for one tin, £40 for one tin. Yeah. So I emailed them back. I messaged them straight away and said, "Look, can I cancel?" And the seller basically said, "No, I would be able to if I didn't post it, but it's already at the post office." This was at 9. The message was at 9:56, I think, from the seller. 9:56 on a Sunday morning, and he says, or she, the seller said, "It's already with the post office, dropped off, can't cancel." So I said, "Okay, if it's already dropped off, then I'll treat it as a lesson learnt for myself." And I asked for the receipt. Didn't give me a receipt, and they were for quite a long time. So then I said, "Okay, well, if you've posted it, then you must have a receipt. If you haven't dropped it off at the post office, I hope that you'd do the right thing and cancel it, and I'll offer to reimburse you for the postage if a postage label's been printed out and paid for." So I just had to pay for the postage so you don't lose out. Again, they said no. Well, had it not been dropped off at the post office, then they would have reimbursed. So I looked at the tracking, and I said, "It doesn't say it's been dropped off. What time was it dropped off? What do you have the receipt for it to be dropped off? It's tracking 48. You'd always get a receipt. You don't even need to ask for a receipt, and it'll have a time printed on there to say what time it was sent out." So anyway, they ignored it and said, "Look, you said you were going to treat it as a lesson learned." And I said, "Yeah, I'll treat it as a lesson learned if you haven't already dropped it off at the post office, and you would cancel like you said you would." And basically they went quiet. And then at 10:37, I got an update to say that it was dropped off at 10:37. So basically, they dropped it off right after I asked for cancellation. So it's a very, very dishonest seller. This is on eBay. So viewers, I don't know how many viewers I have looking at these videos, because let's be frank, it's not really that interesting, because I'm only recording things for my own protection anyway. And the cards I buy may not be of any interest to collectors. So but for those who are watching, and are still listening, make sure you do check descriptions, because there are a lot of rogue sellers out there who will take advantage of you just looking at these. I mean, there's no rules to say that they can't, show all 3 photos of the tins in a photo. But in all honesty, I think they should make a selection option. So if you want this tin, you pay this much. If you want that tin, a lot of sellers would do that. They would just, because 3 tins are not identical. It's the Divergent Powers tin. There's 3 versions, yeah. Anyway, there was no selection process. So anyone would think that it is for all, and the pricing is for all 3. I mean, I buy these a lot. I normally pay about £12.50 a tin, and that's the average I normally pay. And right after 2-3 days after buying this, I bought a set of 3 for £40. Yeah, so delivered. That's delivered, yeah. So that's what, £12.50 per tin. This one, £40 for the tin, including delivery. So £35 for the tin, and then £5 delivery. So anyway, back to the opening, what I bought. Okay, so yeah, so the promo from Shrouded Fable. Is it Shrouded Fable? I think I'm sure it's Shrouded Fable. It's from one of the ETBs. I'm pretty sure it's Shrouded Fable. Mine's not there, all there today. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the condition of the tin. And there we go. 1 tin. Yeah, really disappointed. It is sealed. No evident damage. So yeah, it's a very, very big lesson to me for this. Something that I would normally... I mean, even sellers, if you look at the anywhere, I suppose, people are selling these for between 15, including postage, to about 20. You might get the odd person trying to sell it for 25. But this seller is trying to sell it for £40 for 1 tin. And then they've, listed it in such a way that you'd think you'd get 3. And they're trying to do a bargain, a deal for you on 3 tins, but it's not. It's just the 1. So yeah, that's very, really, really disappointing, to be honest. So anyway, that's all for today. Main lesson for myself, and hopefully it helps anyone who's watching these videos, is make sure you don't just look at the caption, the photo, look at the description. Sometimes it's a hassle just clicking on extra information or whatever, but it's worth it. Click on the additional information on the under details. Make sure it's definitely 3. If they don't say it's 3, I would go as far as just asking them. You might lose out on the bid process, or someone else might buy it before you, but would you rather do that and get this 1 tin for 40 quid? Or would you rather, take the time and ask that question and make sure it is definitely 3 tins before you make that purchase? I mean, I know what I would do, rather than, potentially losing out on a deal. I wouldn't even call it a deal, even if he gave it to me for 40. I already bought another 3 tins for 40 anyway. It's out there. People will sell it for $12.50 a tin delivered. Chances are they'll probably want to sell 3 at that. 3. Oh no, it's 3 tins, so it's not quite $12.50, is it? So it's £13 something. But I have bought one for $12.50 before. But that was a couple of months ago now, I think. I'll have to dig out the record. But definitely, it should be around the 15 to 20 mark. That would be what I would say is a fair price. And 15 would be a great deal, because you get 4 booster packs in there. And for those who, I'm not opening it, but for those who, you can Google it anyway to see what's in these tins. But generally, the ones I've seen are you get the ones that are worth mentioning for me is a Fusion Strike. So you get a Fusion Strike in here, and one of them is a Brilliant Stars, and I think the other 2 is Astral Radiance. All not bad packs, in all honesty. So at normal prices, if you were paying $3.99 a pack, that would be £16. So if you get this tin for 15, you're on a winner already. And packs will only get more expensive if the stock is running low outside. And everyone who's watching this will probably already know, or should know, that Fusion Strike is on the way up. So it's not cheap to get Fusion Strike, whatever it is, whether it's a pack, a booster, box, a blister pack, ETB, everything for Fusion Strike is going up. But that's all for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and for those who have subscribed, thank you very much, and I'll see you at the next one.